Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. The Swiss get up early, but wake up late. Looking at Switzerland's role on the international stage, this light-hearted saying by a former Swiss president has a grain of truth to it. We did not have embassies abroad until the end of the 18th century because they were considered futile and expensive. While we have been hosting the UN in Geneva for almost 75 years, we only became a full member in 2002. Although latecomers to the organization, our involvement in the UN since joining has been very active because it has strong popular support. Indeed, Switzerland is the only country whose accession to the UN was endorsed by its people in a referendum. This cautious approach is in line with our national character. We think twice before we act, but once we have taken a decision, we are fully committed. This is particularly true of our first candidature for the UN Security Council. Almost 20 years after full accession to the UN, we are ready to further increase our efforts to make the world a safer place. Our political system is strong as it is rooted in respect and consideration for others, other cultures, other languages, and other religions. We seek consensual solutions in domestic politics as well as in our foreign policy. The only way to build consensus is through dialogue. This continual dialogue between the authorities and the people is a living reality in Switzerland. Swiss citizens are able to influence the nation's destiny at least 4 times a year through popular votes. This capacity for dialogue and this permanent striving for consensus is part of Switzerland's DNA. Across the globe, we use these traits to promote peace, be it to bring parties together around the table, negotiate ceasefires, or to facilitate negotiations. We have always sought to do that, and we are still doing it today in different parts of the world, such as between the 2 Koreas or in South Sudan. More peace means less suffering. More peace means fewer refugees and internally displaced persons. In these efforts to strive for peace, we are convinced that women should play a more active role in peace processes and conflict prevention, as was recognized earlier today in the Security Council. Women are not only victims, they are actually important drivers of change. During this COVID pandemic, they have borne the brunt, yet they play such a crucial role as doctors, community health workers, teachers, parents, and breadwinners. In 1859, Henri Dunant witnessed the aftermath of the Battle of Solferino, leading him to call for the creation of an organization to assist the wounded, no matter which side they fought for. Thanks to Henri Dunant, the International Committee of the Red Cross was founded in Geneva. In the Security Council as well, Switzerland will strive to embody that fine example of civility and humanity. We will focus on protecting civilians in conflict, on human dignity, and on those especially at risk. We will do our utmost to justify that Switzerland is the home of the Geneva Conventions. When I was Minister for Migration, I visited refugee camps in Zaatari in Jordan and Jiga in Ethiopia. I witnessed the dire consequences of conflict. People who lose their homes, their families, and their livelihoods place their trust in the international community. This is a huge responsibility for the UN. Switzerland will always be on the side of these least fortunate people to make sure their needs are met. Excellencies, dear friends, it may be true that we were latecomers, but today Switzerland has 170 representations all over the world and maintains friendly relations with all UN members. Our representations are there to listen to you, to reach out to you, and to learn from you. In short, you can count on us. As a first-time candidate to the Security Council, we are ready to take on more responsibility with humility and enthusiasm to serve the cause of world peace. Thank you for supporting Switzerland at the Security Council elections in June 2022.